In this video, I'm going to look at 5 common reasons for an ASP.NET Webhook call to fail. Number 1. Incorrect parameter binding 400 error. Here I have a simple zap set up in Zapier, which is supposed to call my webhook when an email is received, but it doesn't work for some reason, giving a 400 error code. It's not obvious why. 400 just means bad request. I'm already using the free Visual Studio extension called Conveyor to enable Zapier to call my webhook running locally with Visual Studio. You can download Conveyor from the VS Extensions menu. I'm going to use its request inspector to see what's going wrong. And here's the API controller code with the receive hook method that I want to be called when the Zapier event is triggered. It has a deliberate error in the method arguments that is stopping it working. And now we're going to see how to figure that out using the Conveyor request inspector. I run the application and I've already started tunneling in Conveyor. This allows Zapier to connect to my code running on my dev box. In the Zapier event, I have added the URL given by Conveyor, including the path to the controller. I have set up the from and body parameters in Zapier. And then test. It fails as expected with error 400. So I open the request inspector in Conveyor by clicking the icon on the far right hand side. I will need to rerun the test so that the request inspector logs the call. And you can see it here. Click the response to see the message returned to Zapier when the test was called. This is the info we need. The from field is required. This tells us that it's not picking up the from parameter from the request. Okay, I'll check the method argument names. They are correct. Could it be that ASP.NET is looking for the parameters in the wrong part of the request? By default, ASP.NET looks for primitive types in the URL query string, but from and body are being sent in the body. So I had forgotten to tell ASP.NET that. So I'll fix that code by adding from form and try again. It works. Number 2. If there's no response from the webhook call, this likely means that the web server is not running, not connectable, or there is an error in the hostname in the webhook URL. So check those. Number 3. If you get a 404 response, it could be for a few reasons. Incorrect URL, double check the spelling and path, be sure that the controller root is correct. In program, make sure that map controllers is called so that the API controllers are loaded. Number 4. A 401 unauthorized response means that the request is not authorized, and you should investigate why the webhook sender is not authorizing properly. Are the credentials being sent? Are they correct? Or did you intend to add the allow anonymous attribute to your method so that anyone can access it? Number 5. 500 is a server error, most likely in the code of the controller method. This could be an exception being thrown, for example. To fix this, set a breakpoint at the start of the method. Trigger it, either from the webhook sender or by resending the request from Conveyor's request inspector. Then step through to find the exception. My example code is obviously trivial, but you get the idea. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope it was helpful. Please leave a comment with any other common fixes.